crumbled. No, yes he is, and the team is, and I've backed them, and today they've let me down unbelievably. You know me, you're 2-0 up, you're 1-0 up, best defence in the fucking world, we say, like, and they're not. When it comes to it, they're not doing it. At the end of the day, not good enough today, like, I know I've gone on and on and on, but I'm telling you, I am hurt. I am hurt by that performance today, not the result, but they've gone and done it again. When it fucking mattered, he's done it again. Gone and done it again. Right? I look at Saliba and Gabriel. Timber, where's he been the last few games? And where was our front three? Where were they? We crumbled. No, yes he is, and the team is, and I've backed them, and today they've let me down unbelievably. You know me, you're 2-0 up, you're 1-0 up, best defence in the fucking world, we say, like, and they're not. When it comes to it, they're not doing it. We crumbled.
If everything was named by the person who named walkie-talkies, they would sound like Cameron lyrics.
Looky booky, fuzzy buzzies, roomy roomies, ouchie pouchies, stabby grabby, soupy scoopies, licky sticky, kitty fitties, bowler holders, kitty shitties, kitty cities, wordy birdies, floaty bloaties, wakey makey, maybe baby, floaty coaties, wheezy sneezies, heedy eaties, squeamy dreamy, feedy heedies, meanie screamy, killer. Starey squaries, smarty party, hardy starty, hairy waries.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
My people, welcome back. Man like Flawless is getting himself a drink and just situating himself, you know. But yeah, we're here, baby. I hope you guys are good. Make sure that you're liking and subscribing. You know what I mean? Views on Sport, another Under the Lens. And of course, soon as man gets back, we will introduce him. While we're waiting, though, while we are waiting, let's see who's in the building. Like the video, share it. Make sure that you are subscribing to my guest as well, people. Let me just go straight to the top because I see Quaj just put a lot of links in there, and Sarcasm City TV is one of them. So we're just going to pin that. Flawless's name is in the title. His name is in the description. His link is also pinned. So make sure you show all the love in the world, as we always try and do. You know, whatever guest comes through, we try and make sure that they leave with a little bit more than they came with. Big up to you, Quaja, Flawless on the panel and the chat. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Yes, man. Ian Barron in the building. My bro, good to see you again, man. We've got a special guest, and yeah, man, we're looking forward to this one. Quaja, smash the likes and subscribe. Do that. Make sure that we are subscribing to Flawless as well, people. My viewers forever. Yeah, man, we ain't got that loaded up right now because it's Under the Lens, but you never know. You never know. Inconsistent. That's what I'm going to say because I always butcher the name. Good to have you back in, bro. Hope you're well today. 19 likes so far. Let's go, people. Keep smashing the like. Keep showing love. You know what I mean? We are going to get into it as soon as man is ready. Helsinki, big up your shoes and socks. Always good to have you in, my bro. Big up, big up. As I was saying, 2 minutes. We was just waiting for Flawless to get situated. And there's his link, Sarcasm City TV Extra as well. There's more than one channel. So make sure you're going over there and showing all the love in the world. 2 minutes. Do you know what I mean? We had to take our time with it. Big up to you, Quaja. Goonarican. I did put this up before. Hope you're well today. There's Goonarican's channel. Make sure that you are subscribing. Share it out. Hit the like. You know, we're going to do this. Appreciate that. Inconsistent. Letting Pep win another trophy before he walks away from the club, before we win our first trophy after 6 years, is crazy. Yeah. That's why I was so upset, because not only was it meant to be our season sort of thing, and these guys come and pipped us to the trophy, they absolutely dog walked us. Like, that was not any type of final performance. Big up the man himself. Yeah, big up the man himself, Mr. Take Note. Flawless in the building, Under the Lens. Yes, man. How are you, my bro?
I'm all good, man. Blessings, G. Blessings, man. Apologies to you views on the lateness. Apologies to the chat and the whole audience and everyone in that. Apologies on my lateness still, but big up. Blessings for having me. I'm good, man. How you doing, views? You good?
Yeah. Not bad. You know, man flew up, but we move. You know what I'm saying? We move. I'm just trying to salute a few people in the chat. You know what I mean?
Do your thing, no problem.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up. We'll get to it in just a minute. Helsinki salute, inconsistent. Blacks is in the building. Big up. Johan D's in the building. Big up, man. Ian, very good afternoon, everyone watching. Hope you are well, having a great day. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Exactly. And to my guests, please make sure that you show him all the love. Frog in the well, my West Ham people in the building. Afternoon views and chat. Hope you're good. Yes, man. Just want to see that I haven't missed anyone. Napoleon Solo. Looking forward to the show. Appreciate that. Goonarican again, salute. And Fraley's in the building as well. Make sure the name's in the title, the description, the link's also pinned. Go and show Flawless love, man. But yeah, thank you ever so much for coming. I normally like to just ask my guests, you know, about their club, how they first got into the club. You are from Manchester, right?
Yes, I'm Manchester born and bred. That is correct. Yeah. So your story, you know, because obviously I've got some other Man United fans. They're from London. They're from America. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
they're from
everywhere, man. Facts.
Massive club. Do you know what I mean? So how did you get into your club, man? Early doors.
Yeah, through the family. That's how I got into the club. It was through the family. Like, well, as soon as man was, well, not as soon as I was born, but as soon as I can remember walking, talking, Manchester United. That's what it is, because all my siblings are Manchester, all my brothers and sisters are Manchester United fans, all my cousins, my mum, my dad, all my aunts, all my uncles. So I was born into it. That's what it is with Manchester United, born into it. I say my generation, the generation above me, the generation below me, all Manchester United fans in the family. So that's how I was born in.
Yeah. Sorry. So wicked, and obviously you're from Manchester. So I always love that, because like I said, we have a rivalry down here in London with Man United fans, because we know why he supported them. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So and Liverpool fans as well. But no, man, always, and that's a lovely story, man. Family. That's how I got into Arsenal as well. Give me like an early good memory and an early bad memory, something that kind of stands out from your early times as a United fan.
In regards to that, I just want to say about the fan stuff, because people always say that as well. There's a lot of Arsenal fans up here, you know. Don't ever get misunderstood. There's a lot of Arsenal fans in Manchester. A hell of a lot. Especially high school, college, Arsenal and Chelsea.
Wow.
There was a hell of a lot. Because obviously Arsenal and Chelsea, especially them times, had a lot of African players. And where I went to school and high school and college, there was a lot of Africans who obviously repped those two sides. So it's not just United. Like, people get that misconception. Even now, there's a hell of a lot of, like I said, Arsenal fans here, Chelsea fans here, Liverpool ain't far. A lot of Liverpool fans as well. So not too many. That's what I'm saying. There is, trust me, there's a hell of a lot. Trust me. Like, there is. Even some of my brethren are all support others. If you are up and from here. But sorry, go on. What was the question? Oh yeah, early memories.
Just a good
early memory.
Yeah,
the goal that always stands out was, because it still gets played to this day, and you all know this because you're a footballing guy. When the FA Cup on BBC or ITV, the Cantona goal when we beat Liverpool 1-0 in the FA Cup, I believe it was 96, the one that dropped to the edge of the box and we won 1-0. That is one that consistently stands out all of the time, because that's like one of, I didn't actually watch that game live, but I remember that goal. Like, that goal is one of my earliest memories, because I'm a youth them times as well. So earliest memory is probably that, because I'm mid-30, so I remember that. Earliest bad memory, you'll probably remember this, when you lot beat us 1-0 at OT when you won the league. I believe it was 98. Overmars goal where the ball went over Gary Neville. Like, that goal again was one of them that replayed over and over and over again, and you lot ended up winning the league that year as well. So probably those two.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. And good and bad memories, man. We had a question, and I was going to get to this as well. Before I even do, let's talk about United quickly, like from where you are now, like from Flawless's interpretation. Where do you see the club now? Because you're having like a little renaissance almost under Carrick. You know what I'm saying? I had Sky, before I let you come back in. I know you know Sky, legend, man. Big up Sunshine. I was saying to her,
she's a real one.
Real one. And we done it under the lens a little while back. And I was saying to her, look, this season, because you've only got like you know, up until the cup start, you've got the one game a week, and you could actually do something. You could be a dark horse this year. You know, in your interpretation, you know, where are you now, man?
Regards to we're in a much better situation because that footballing terrorist that's called Ruben Amorim left. So that's what that is, because he had us in football in hell. Like, that's where it was. So I have to give props to Carrick because he's done much better than I expected. Because before he got the job, I was saying no matter what happens, don't give him the job. That was my whole thing. I was saying, do not give him the job beforehand. But because he's joined and he's exceeded all my expectations in what he's done, even though he's done some things wrong, he's done much more right than he's done wrong. And if this was a manager with a bigger name and a bigger reputation, people would be waxing lyrical. And unfairly to Carrick, he gets tired with the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer brush, because most of the time when I talk to Manchester United fans who don't want him to get the permanent job, or even rival fans who say don't give him the permanent job, one of the first things they always mention, whether it's one or two, is, oh, it's just like Ole. And it's like, no, like, view Carrick on Carrick. If you believe Carrick shouldn't get the job, it should be because of stuff that Michael Carrick has done. Shouldn't be anything to do with Ole. It shouldn't be anything to do with anything else, ex-players. No. View Michael Carrick on what he's done. And what he's done is an excellent job, because if we would have signed, let's say Nagelsmann would have came in when Carrick had joined, and Nagelsmann had done exactly what Carrick's done. Same results, same good performances, same mistakes, and had won what I think we won our first 4, then we won 7 and 9 or whatever it is. People would be waxing lyrical and saying, how can you not give him the job? So yeah, with Michael Carrick, and also on that as well, the pool of managers is not good. If there was 4 or 5 managers that were elite level, and you say go and get them, I'd say no matter what Carrick's done, congrats, big up to him. He's got us back into the Champions League spots, which is important. He's got us playing better, which is important. He's got us defensively solid, which is also important, because people overlook that. Bear in mind, our 2 first-choice centre-backs are out. But because it's Manchester United, people overlook that. Like, if you take the 2 first-choice centre-backs out of any side, whether it's Arsenal in first, all the way down to Wolves in 20th, take out anybody's 2 first-choice centre-backs for a number of weeks, you will see a significant drop-off. Or even if it's not significant, you will see a drop-off of some sort. So I credit Carrick to that from a defensive standpoint. Mazraoui, who's our first-choice right-back, also been injured, unfortunately. But yeah, with Carrick, I've said if it's not Enrique, which I don't think it is, I think he's unavailable and that's unlikely, and Carrick continues like this, I'll give him the job. Because again, like I said, it's a quality thing. There's no man, because people keep saying, oh, we need to go and get a world-class manager. I'm all for that. Tell me the names. Outside, remove Luis Enrique, who are the world-class managers that Manchester United can go and get. I think the pool is weak. There isn't that many.
It's the old school dons. Yeah, absolutely. And let me just say this, because we got a resident United fan, Wahaha, that comes in here, legend, by the way. And you know, and I always mention it because as much as I don't like, because we are rivals, I kind of look at United as my rival more than Spurs. Yeah, because I'm older than you. I'm at 84, baby. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. So you remember Punch Up in Sunderland in the 90s.
Yeah. So that was my childhood. You get me? So I, even though I think Wenger's an absolute genius, obviously fell off, but everyone does. I still hold Fergie as the best Premier League manager ever. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like, so that time was mad for me. But yeah, as I was saying, you guys are my rivals, but I love the story because you just said the terrorist Amorim. Now we've got our own terrorists right here, right now. Yeah, Mikel bin Laden. Yeah, we not. Some people like the guy, some people don't. I'm one of the people that don't, right? But I love the story at United because Amorim went. He was doing stupidness, flawless. You know, like calling out for a left wing back, get Dorgo and playing right wing back. You see what I'm saying? Obi mainly playing in bare different. He was just doing foolishness. So I'm like, bro, this guy's just like Arteta. So the story of Carrick just coming in, taking off the shackles, telling the man, then what's this idiot formation? Go to something that you man know and can play, and look at the fruits of the labor. So as much as you man are my rivals, I love the story, bro, because I'm looking at my own terrorist. Let me just ask you quickly, as an outsider with no dog in the race, what do you think of Mikel bin Laden, bro?
It is. I think there's a reason why Arsenal fans are like yourself unhappy, because I would be pulling my hair out if that's my manager. Granted, it looks like you lot are finally going to get over the line this season. However, it's still no guarantee. And secondly, that doesn't dismiss everything he's done prior. Like finishing second 3 seasons in a row is not a good thing with all the money that's been spent as well. People overlook that. It's not like Arsenal are on a shoestring budget to the point where people are like, well, you go, okay, he's overachieved. You lot were on top of the league. What was it? 93%. Didn't win it. We're 8 points clear in one of the seasons and didn't win it. And if he had won just one of those 3, people are on his case less, because I see not yourself, but Arsenal fans who back him and defend him and go, why don't you respect him? Why don't you give him more credit? Respect is earned. Guess what? If he wins the league, that shuts me up, and that shuts a hell of a lot of people up as well. You know why? Because he won it. Like, that's how respect is earned. So you mentioned it with Wenger. It happened with Mourinho. It happened with Klopp. It happened with Pep. Pep's one of the greatest managers of all time, and this is me saying this as a United fan as much as I despise Manchester City. People doubted Pep. Like, people, you'll remember this as well. I remember when Pep was successful in Spain. I remember the conversations being, oh, his football won't work in the Premier League. You don't play teams who play all the same all of the time. And then when he got to City in his first season and struggled, that argument was strengthened. But you know what he did? Won leagues. Therefore, you get your respect. Like I said, same with Klopp, same with Mourinho, same with Wenger. The list goes on. And if Arteta wins, even though I've said, I'm on record saying I don't think he's good enough to win a league. I hold my hands up and say, hey, I got it wrong. Congratulations to Arteta, or congratulations to Arsenal. They won the league. And that's where it is with Arteta. So I understand the criticism.
Yeah, and I'm just like that, you know, like you're on, you got a raise. You went from like 9 million to 15.6 to do what? What for? Do you know what I'm saying? So, and like you said, 1.3 billion spent. If that's any other manager, you know, it's criminal stuff, man. My guy Shane says he's probably the only checkbook manager to not succeed because he's only got an FA Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? In nearly 7 years, Flawless. This
7
December,
years and $1 billion spent, and you get an FA Cup.
Bro, that's not good on anyone's metric. So that's and like I said, I like to hear it from rivals as well, because you know, aside from the banter and the rivalry, there ain't really a dog in the race. So it's truth, innit? It's truth what you're saying.
100%.
Cool. So obviously United, you've had a big turnaround. Amorim left. Carrick's here now. What do you see? What's your targets for the end of the season realistically for you? Because I think you're third at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, we're currently third. Finishing the Champions League spots. That was it. Top 5. Like, that's where we're at. We need to be in the Champions League, and not, people always hear that and think, oh, it's because of like rivals and jokes and bants, etc. No, we should be there. Like with Arsenal, I'm very consistent. We spend enough money and invest enough money to the point we should be in the Premier European competition, and not necessarily go and saying, all right, we need to win it next season. No. Let's find out about these players and find out how good they are on the biggest stage. That's where I'm at with it. Let's be like, under Fergie, did we win the Champions League every year? No, but we were regulars in the latter stages. And that's what I want to get back to, is being regulars in the latter stages. Then eventually you build a squad to be able to go and compete and go and win it. And like I said, find out about these players, because as much as I rate some of these players, I don't know how good they are. Same way, let's say Carrick does get the job. How good are you in the Champions League? I want the squad and the manager and the team to be getting used to be playing 2 games in 5 days, 3 games in 10 days, 4 games in 15. Because you know why? That means you're competing across all fronts. If you're playing 1 game a week, guess what? Something's not gone right. Manchester United don't invest the money we invest and pay the wages we pay and transfer fees and all of these things to be playing 1 game a week. It's absolutely disgraceful that we are playing 1 game a week, and that falls on the board. And even though Ineos have done, I think, a great job in regards to transfers and bringing players in, our managerial stint and our managerial decisions under them have been absolutely diabolical. They have been horrible, what they have done, from keeping Ten Hag to then when they got rid of Ten Hag, to then how they brought in Amorim. Keeping Amorim too long is exactly the situation why we have all of these embarrassing things. Why we're playing 1 game a week. Why we're only playing 40 games a week. Finishing 15. Losing the European final to Spurs. The list can go on. I could keep going from now to the next hour about all the things that they've done wrong in regards to the managerial side of things. So we need to do that. And go on.
No, I was going to say I was just going to lead into like your owners kind of, you know, because I feel like there is a bit of an upturn. Like, is there you know, you're not going to go into summer this year with a money issue. I mean, I don't, because obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, you're a United fan. Like, can you give us the kind of behind the scenes? What's it looking like?
Yeah, it always is, because every season I've been content creating, which is now like 5 years, I hear the same thing, and I say it to Manchester United fans all the time: don't fall for it, because rival fans are gonna over exaggerate the bad things. So I hear every season Manchester United have no money to spend, and then we end up spending 150 million, 200 million, 250 million. So to this question about, do I think United will struggle being all comps again next season, Fraley? No, not if we invest correctly. If we invest correctly, which I believe we will, because I like the way we've invested under Ineos the past 2 summers, then I think we will be fine. Even if we was in one, let's say United was in one competition next season, which won't happen, or outside of Europe and it's just the Premier League and the 2 domestic cups, we would still need to invest in this squad. Nothing changes with that. This squad needs severe improvement. As well as Carrick's done with it, I can see where, and everyone can see, and ask any United fan with any form of sense will tell you, oh, we need to improve here, we need to improve here, we need to improve here. Like, so that's where we're at with it. So do I see us struggling? No. And I've seen someone say before, I could see it on the screen, about Conte. Conte is not a world-class manager. He's the biggest false image. Let me clarify that. All I'm going to say is go Google Conte in Europe. That's all I'm going to say. Go Google his European record at everywhere he's been.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say. That man, all I'm going to say is, man just finished 30th in the Champions League, just gone. If Carrick does that next season, you'll never hear the end of it. But because it's Conte, people just brush it under the rug.
Right. And you made a great point. Let's see how the players and the manager respond in that type of environment. Let me just, while we're here, let me talk to you about the summer, man, and what you did. You know, Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo. 2 of those players I wanted at my club, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you touched on it. Everyone was saying you ain't got money. And then I look at your window. We got 8 players, Flawless, yeah? I call them stakes. Yeah, if you get good players, we only got 2 stakes, bro. Gyökeres and Eze. And are they flourishing in the system? Probably not. Let's be honest, right? And Mbeumo and Cunha, I wanted at my team. They went to United. So, like you just said, man, if you get the right players, I'm hearing about Anderson. I'm hearing about maybe a Baleba. You know, Miles Lewis Skelly is the talk. I woke up to today. So I mean, we'll get into that last week. We'll get into that. But I want to know what you thought of, because what did you get? 3 players, was it? No. Did you get? Lemens?
We got Sesko, we got Mbeumo, we got Cunha, we got Lemens. They was the 4.
Players,
right? They was the 4. I'm thinking, is there anyone else? No, those were the 4.
Those were the 4. We got 8 players, right? Only 2 of them is worth it. I mean, you might say Zubimendi in that, right? So I'm looking at it like, how is it that you didn't even get back into the champs, but you can still have a better summer than? Because that's how I looked at it, bro. I promise you that. How did you view your summer? Was it enough? You know, is there still so much work to do coming into the new end of the season?
It was a great summer. Like I said, I can look at things balanced. So as much as I dislike Ineos for the sole fact of them, their decision to do a deal with the Glazers, who are Manchester United fans, are United, no pun intended, and disliking, and their manager, their sheer just pig-headedness and ignorance when it comes to the managerial side of things. They've done well in the summer. Big up to everyone in the chat as well. They've gone back to a tried and tested method of buying from the best of the rest in the Premier League. Something I've been talking about for years, and I spoke about it in depth daily all summer long. I've spoke about it all this season and all the summer before. And yes, if you can go and get someone from outside the Premier League who is a good price and a good player, and you think he's going to settle, cool with that. Like Lemens, for example, he's done very, very well. However, going to get Cunha and Mbeumo is a no-brainer. 2 of the best attackers from the rest of the Premier League. So exclude the big 6 people and you look at the rest. That's how I look at it. And Fergie did it. And when you look at the vast majority of Manchester United's successful signing in that, you lot have done it as well, going to buy.
But Fergie did it to us.
Fergie did it. Yes.
And
we, that is cool. We've done it. You lot have done it in the past in your successful era. City did it. Chelsea did it to an extent as well. You've seen Liverpool do it, but with us, like, it's about, to me, like, that is when you're building up from where we're at, is trying to go and do that. So when Mbeumo and Cunha, 2 players I rated at Wolves and Brentford, were smart. Sesko, who I was very, very skeptical of, Carrick's now getting the best out of. Lemens has been a steal for the price he was at also. So with that, I want us to go in the midfield. You mentioned the players there. There's Baliba, there's Anderson, there's Wharton, there's Tonali. I have my preferences in regards to those players, but I like the fact that we're looking at, because we need multiple midfielders. You mentioned Lewis Skelly. If he's a backup to that in regards to the midfielders we need, I think he'd be a good price. I rate him as a player. So they're moving very, very, very smartly. And when they have gone outside of the Premier League, it's actually worked because they haven't gone expensive. Because I think people overlook, like, not only adapting to a new league. I think people don't realize, like, adapting to a new country. If you're coming from somewhere where the climate's always hot, coming to somewhere where it's always cold and raining like Manchester, it's got to be a shock. To me, it's nothing. I'm Manchester born and bred. So it raining every day is normal to me. Rain don't bother me in the slightest. I'm used to seeing rain. I'm used to having to move about in the rain, whatever the case may be. But if you're from a hot climate and you're like, oh, why is it raining every day? And then it's a new league and a new language, whole new lifestyle. Like, I think, new school for your kids. Like, if you have a wife or a girlfriend, I think people overlook these things. So you eliminate that when you go and get players from the Premier League. So whether it is a Wharton from Palace, he's in London. Whether it's Anderson at Forest, he's only in the Midlands. If it's a Baliba at Brighton, he's from Brighton. He ain't too far. Tonali, Newcastle. It's like, it's not a huge shock to them. Like, they used to the country. They used to the league. So you don't have to worry about that side of things. Same with Lewis Skelly as well. So that's how I look at him in regards to that. But I like what we're doing in the window. And we have to go again now. We have to go and build again and continue to improve the team.
No, what some amazing points there, and that's what I was pointing out to Sky, is that you lot could be a dark horse. I mean, here in third, I mean, when you lot started turning up, I was hearing Man United fans talking about the league. I was like, I don't know about that, but you've already exceeded, because when I was talking to Sky, I mean, you finished 15th. I was saying, look, like, if you don't think I'm trying to mug it off, if you lot get like top 6, or maybe even if the top 4 goes champs and 5th is like Europa, you could honestly win any of those competitions that you're in. I know it's going to sound silly because it's big United, but you don't just go from nothing to something. Do you know what I mean? There has to be some work. So I actually thought that was a step forward, and I actually think you've exceeded that, because now we're talking about the Champions League and it doesn't sound funny anymore. You know what I'm saying? No, so amazing. Big up to Tronic. He's a Liverpool fan. He's like, who? If not, the question there.
Yeah, I've said this before. If it's again, as unlikely as I think it is, I don't think Enrique leaves. I don't think he's available. But if it's not Luis Enrique and it's not Carlo Ancelotti, and Ancelotti, he's just re-signed. I believe he's not re-signed, but he's gonna re-sign with Brazil. They're the two names I said for the longest. I said Enrique or Ancelotti. Again, let me repeat that. 1, I don't think they're available, either of them, and 2, I don't think they're leaving. I seen Carlo Ancelotti kissing up on 3 women in the Brazil Carnival at Rio de Janeiro. I was like, he's not going anywhere. So exclude them, those 2. I'm cool with Carrick, but what it is, Chronic, it's more so with, let me see how he continues. Because if he falls off this next 7 games and results go terrible and performances go terrible, because people always exclude that from Oli. People think Oli did well, we gave him the job, and then the following season was terrible. Go look back at the rest of the season, that season. When he got the contract, go look back at the rest of the season. We fell off a cliff. We fell off, we lost to, I think it was Huddersfield, and there was another relegation side right there at the end of the season as well. So I'm looking at it with Carrick and going, okay, how do these next 7 games go? If performances continue to get better, results continue to go well, and it looks positive, I'll go, yeah. So with me, with Carrick, he currently is leading the race, because you know what? Like I said, the pool is not good of managers. There's no managers out there outside of the 2 I've mentioned who I believe are unavailable. So let me clarify this. There's no managers out there available that I think I look at and go, you can win as a Premier League or Champions League. And that includes Carrick. Not one. Nobody on the list, people. Do I look at and go, your Premier League or Champions League? Now, if it's Enrique or Ancelotti, they fit that bracket to me. Right. Carrick, nobody else. So Iriola, Glasner, Silva from Fulham, Nagelsmann, whoever else you want to mention, whoever else you want to mention. Conte, no, I don't put in that bracket. Go check his European record. Facts. I don't put him in that. Go check his European record. Someone called him regional class, man. He only bad in Italy. That's all I'm going to say. And you know it's going to end in tears as well. I don't need all the extra stuff as well.
Because he will come out.
I don't need all of that. You see all that drama? If you're bringing me all that drama, you better be bringing me multiple trophies on multiple fronts. which
And
I'm
that's
not
what-
with.
Yeah, and that's what we say about this Haram football right now. The master of dark arts, Professor Arteta, like the slithering. You know this guy, bro. Yeah, cool. We don't like this football, but if you win, you win, innit? And then keep on winning. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we don't like this football. We got a cannon on our badge, not a brick. Like this is madness, bro. But from what we've both come from, even hearing like this is. I look at it like it's not even football. Sometimes it's more like rugby, bro. I promise you that. Like Carrick knows what winning mentality is. Big up Fraley, he definitely does. Hendo in the building. Good to have you in, man. Legend. Big up Flawless and all watching. Big up to you.
Man.
Can't respect someone who doesn't respect the club's size and the hunger for trophies. Exactly. It's a giant of a club. You know, Arsenal fans would love to say, oh, we're the third biggest club. We're not going to be soon. Chelsea and City are 2 behind us. 2 trophies. 2 trophies in 20 years. Like it's not good enough, bro. Flawless, not true here, bro. We got terrorist slot now, 10 hog ball. But listen,
Yeah, you do.
right.
Yeah, go on, views.
Won 2 trophies. Arteta can't say that. Huh?
Yeah, that's bad. That Arteta can't even chat to Ten Hag. And to Chronic, you're right. Like I've watched Liverpool a lot. Like I said, especially with you lot being bad, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And when I talk to Liverpool fans and Liverpool content creators, it sounds like me talking about Manchester United under Ten Hag. Like it sounds the same. And when I watch Liverpool, what's crazy is I'm like, I've seen this in red before. So yes, very much so that I see the similarities between Ten Hag and Slot. And it could happen to a nicer bunch. I love it. I love it for Liverpool, man.
And the rivals have to rival. Hey, bro, I do whole segments. I got terribly Tottenham. I got calamitous Chelsea. I ain't really got one for United yet because you lot are in a renaissance, but we'll be there if anything.
You'll be there if it falls off. I like that. That's a terrible. Calamitous Chelsea is great. I can't lie.
Hey,
that's very good.
Yeah, we're here. Make sure you guys are subscribing to my guest. You know, very happy to have him over here. Make sure you're showing him all the love in the world. We've been litten up as well. Big up to Dark Side. Man said, Shekels. Come on, Dark Side every time, man. Hold on. We'll give him a quick. Yeah. Supporting the channel, we appreciate you every time. Make sure that you are subscribing to my guest and go and watch Dark Side. He was the last Under the Lens, I believe, content creator. Just got over 2K. Big him up each and every time. So boom, talking of Professor Snape and the Master of the Dark Arts, we're going to get into our Harry Potter bag now. So Flawless, you got the magic wand. You can Leviosa, you can rise up anything you want. 3 changes that you'd make. Anything, fans, culture, fucking owners, just the first 3 things that you think is the biggest thing that needs to change at United.
Oh, ownership gone. That's what I would do. I'm clearing out Glazers and Ineos. Let me start there. That's why when you said like, oh yeah, they gone first and foremost, and not necessarily getting in somebody rich from the Middle East who like is gonna invest a billion in one window or $1 billion in 2 windows. I just want people owning Manchester United who have the football interests of the football, who have the footballing interest of the football club first. I want it to be numero uno. And I still, as like I said, as good as any else have done transfer wise, I can't see the decisions they've made with Ten Hag and Amorim and the whole mess with Ashworth and the director of football. I'm not accepting that whatsoever. And even why they sacked Amorim, because it was nothing to do with results, it's because he called them out after that Leeds game. So yeah, with me, definitely an ownership thing first and foremost. Secondly, what else would I go with in regards to changes? Trying to think. Fans being over, yes, the over, again, I don't want to say it because it takes it away from it, but like overreaction. I don't want to say over emotional because I think being emotional is like it shows you care, and I don't want to take that away from people, but the overreaction, that's what I'd say. Like the overreaction about Manchester United and the I'd say the in-depth analysis every single time we drop points. So if we draw a game or lose a game, the sky is falling. I have to look up to make sure it's still there. Like people, like even with Carrick, we drew to West Ham. People are like, this is why Carrick shouldn't get the job.
Oh my
God. Because we performed poorly in that game, exclude the first 4 games, but we performed poorly in 1 game, and all of a sudden, that's why he shouldn't get the job. And it's an in-depth analysis. So I'd say the reactionary takes, and it's normally straight after. The final whistle's just been blown, and already you've got an in-depth analysis, enough tweets about why Carrick shouldn't get the job and why the team is not good enough and da-da-da. So I'd say that, like the overreact, and there's a time for that. There's certain times we'll drop points where I'll do a deep analysis. Not every game, man. Not every argument you have with your Yeah,
we
you
have
not have it. I see it everywhere. I do see it everywhere. Every single time. It's like
Yeah.
not every time you have an argument with your partner, should you want to leave? You know what I'm saying sometimes it's a minor. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a minor. Sometimes you and her need to have a big argument because she's done some shit that you don't like that's serious, or vice versa. You've done some stuff to her, but not every time. Not every time. Oh, you forgot to take the bins out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got. Oh, I'm leaving. No, it's not that. Like you have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. Like, oh, I forgot to do the dishes. No, like it's really not that deep. You know what I'm saying? I left the window open when I went. Like, no, it's not like man left the front door open or some shit. I left the car door open. That's serious shit. I forgot to pick up the kids from school. That's serious stuff, yo. You know
That's so the owners and the reactionary stuff.
The reactionary, and then what would be third? What would be third in regards to what a change? Oh, Manchester United. Yo, fix up the stadium, man. That's what we need to do, man. Invest in the stadium, man. Fix up. Why is there a hole in the roof, man? Like I keep saying this. There's 100,000 people at Manchester United on a match day every single week. If you put up over the tannoy and say, hey, have we got 5 to 6 roofers in here? Have we got the equipment? I'm sure there's roofers that are there. I'll say, I'll fix it. Like, go on, man. Fix the roof, fix the toilets, man. Stadium, man. Line up the stadium. Like, we're Manchester United. We haven't updated the stadium in a long time. I know they're talking about a new one, but still update the stadium.
Yo, update it, man. Do you know what? Ours is looking raggedy now after 20 years. The Emirates. Do you know what I'm saying? 2006, you know. Big, yeah. I have to get into the TARDIS to see the last time we won the league, fam. I was half my age. Do you get it? I don't want to hear about yours is gold anymore because that's war stories, bro. Like, yes, it happened, but war stories. You get it? So mad, but that's good, man. Owners, fan reaction, because ours, it's the dopamine, bro. Ours are so bad, the Arsenal fans, but I feel like every fan base, but ours is the worst. But every fan base, and then sort out the stadium. Wicked, man. Love that. So we were talking obviously about transfers. We were talking about last season and what you did. We spoke briefly about Anderson, Baleba, a few little pieces. You know, has there been any talk on what the game plan is? Because my club loves to chat shit. It's going to be a war chest. It's going to be mad, goosebumps, and then it's not. You know, like with your club, have they kind of got a clear plan? What you're kind of looking to knock down in the summer?
They have done, like because that's one thing they've shown. Because the first summer Ineos came in. Defense was their main thing. We brought in Maz, we brought in De Ligt, we brought in Euro. Obviously, Doggy was slightly after that. This past summer, it was all about the attack. There was Sesko, there was the Cunha, there was Embremo, and now it's the midfield because our midfield has, and I like the fact they've approached one area. There's other times they'll go and get someone else, like with the Xerxes, for example. We got him the summer before, but they've targeted a certain area. So even with Lemens as a goalkeeper, so yeah, it was defense, now it's attack. Midfield's on the cards because our midfield is light and hasn't been reinvested in a long time. And when you look at it, Casemiro's leaving, Agate's no good and could be leaving anyway. So the only central midfielder we have is Maino. So this is why you see all the links and all the reports, which I love, is that it's not a midfielder, it's midfielders. It's plural, which is what we need. So the reports came out and saying Balibas, he's like top of the list, and then it's one of 3 of Tonali, Wharton, or Anderson, which I'm all well and good. Then there's links of Lewis Skelly as well, which is also good. So I like what I'm seeing, and midfield is key. Say that again.
Who does flawless one?
In regards to Wharton would be top of my list. And the reason why Wharton would be top of my list, and it's not so much for, even though I think he's a good player, it's not go and get him per se, it's his profile. I think we need someone, this again, just my preference, who's excellent at passing the ball, excels at it. Tonali, I think, is a good passer of the football. I think Baleba is a good passer of the football. I think Anderson's a good passer of the football. I'm talking about someone who excels at progressing the football. Short passing, longer passing through the lines along the ground. So even if it wasn't Wharton, if we went and got a Stiller, for example, if we went and got someone who's that profile, I'm all for that. And that makes all the sense. So for me, Wharton would be that, but we need everything in that midfield. It's not just an excellent passer. We need some more physicality. We definitely do. We need some pace, power, and strength in there. We need some tenacity in there because our team lacks athleticism in what is one of the most athletic leagues in the world. But yeah, Wharton would be top of that list. And then if you bring me a Baleba, a Anderson, or a Tonali, I'm cool with that. All about price points as well. We also been linked with Stiller, like I mentioned. Camavinga could be available too. How true that is, I don't know. But if he's available at that price, You go and get him.
Yeah, I was watching one of your shows and you were talking about the price point, like you wouldn't pay that kind of money for players of that ilk, and that's brilliant. And
80, 90, 100 million. I don't think any of them are worth it, and that's also what Romano said yesterday about Tonali. Is United had looked at him last season, but he was too expensive, and we're not going to pay crazy money for him. And that's one thing this board has done is they've capped off where we're paying, so we don't pay massive money anymore. We don't pay massive wages anymore. And the age is also right. I don't think we've signed anybody under this ownership over 26, which I think is the right way to go. Because not only can you get players going into their prime or in their prime, you can also sign younger players as well. You can also get better. But yeah, with any of the midfielders we've been linked with, I'm cool with them all. Like I said, I have my preferences, but we need everything in there because we're going to have one central midfielder who's senior, and that's Maino. So we need to go and get 3 because we should have 4 in there and 2 for each position. So if it is Belieber, War, and Anderson, etc.
Losing Casemiro, you know what I'm saying? You got because he's coming up with goals. You know what I'm saying? Like set pieces. So it's going to be hard to replace that. But yeah, midfielder. And you know what? Let me ask you just quickly before we move on, because look at Tottenham, for instance. Yeah, we know that they needed midfielders. Madison was injured. We know that, and they went and got fucking Gallagher, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? The exact profile that they didn't need. They don't need no more runners. You know, they need, as you said, good passers. You know, tenacity. They needed that kind of player. And the fact that you just haven't gone out and got it rather than get something like that, I actually commend. So I wanted to know your thoughts on that. Do you feel like they've been slow with it, or are you happy that they're kind of taking?
No, I like how they're approaching it because we was a total mess. We was a total mess. And granted, even though our results and performances and seasons haven't matched that, that's because of other bad decisions. But the playing squad has been the best it's been in years. And now it's about improving it. And that's also why I'm critical of the ownership, because they brought in better players, but we've gone backwards rapidly. So therefore, we need to pattern it and sort that out in regards to the managerial side of things. This is why Carrick is key. Whether it is Carrick or whoever the next manager is, they need to get that sorted. Because when you're approaching these players like Belieber, Watt, and Anderson, Tonali, they're going to be asking, okay, so who's the manager going to be? Will it be Carrick? Will it be others? Because you need to make sure you're on the same page as said manager with the midfielders you want to bring in. But yeah, the way they're approaching it is spot on. And we're set up to have a good season next season if we go and again invest correctly, which with the names and the positions we're looking at, because they're saying midfielders, they're saying a left back, which we need, they're saying potentially a left winger as well. I'm cool with that. I think we need a right back, but if we go get midfielders and a left back, I'll go, all right, cool, no problem with that whatsoever, and then go on from there and see what we can do in the league. Should always try and win the domestic cups because we've won them being bad. And then Champions League for me, it's just about getting into the last stages. You get me into the quarterfinal, and then we go from there. That's where I'm at.
Absolutely killing it, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't even like to admit it. And that's what I was saying last season, because I done a watch along for Spurs United in Europa League. I was saying if United win that, that's gonna like make them jump a spot in terms of being back. Yeah, with Spurs win that, they're gonna go on and do nothing like they've always done. And that's kind of what's happened. And United have done really well. I can't even it's not the story I want to see, but I believe because I was talking about Eze, Semenyo, even Wissa, Harvey Barnes, so many players, Cunha and Buemo. Back then in the summer, that's what you're supposed to do. So and let me put some respect on Ineos's name, because it looks like they are doing it from a football perspective. And my club is at the moment, it's not. We got a dating show. We got dogs with plushies and that. Do you get me? It's mad, bro. Excuse me. It's absolutely crazy. So let me put some respect on their name quickly. Yeah, so obviously you did speak about maybe getting into Champions League. I think at this point in time, it's going to be, you were saying the latter stages, see how they kind of work in the league, how they kind of acclimatize to the temperature, which I think are valid points. But I feel like this first year, if you get into it, for me, the biggest thing is going to be the money. And the fact that you're going to be back on the biggest stage. So in terms of sponsorships and things like that, like it's going to be for the business. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Business wise, you're spot on. That makes all the sense in the world. It does. Yeah. And that's another added bonus, like in regards to being in the Champions League. You want to be on the biggest stage. And like I said, finding out about these players, because I rate some of our players. Let me see how good you are. Let's see your knockout football. Let's see how you stand up. Let's see if you're as good as I think you are. Let's see if you're better than I think. Let's say if you're better than the general consensus. Let's say if you're worse, like these things. Same with the manager as well. I want the squad being used to, I keep saying this, 2 games in 5 days, 3 games in 10 days, 4 games in 18 days. Yes, that means you're on all fronts. You see what Arsenal, you lot are currently going through now. The reason why you lot are having a fixture pile up is because you're fighting on all fronts, and that's what it should be. That's what it should be.
Wow. Yeah, no, well put, man. Well put. Big up Fraley. I feel United won't find a good Fernandes replacement for years.
Because it's not about replacing Bruno. Like you mentioned Casemiro. Replacing Casemiro and what he does, one, is not impossible, but it is very difficult to do. Same with Bruno in regards to his output. It's not about selling Casemiro or him leaving or Bruno leaving and getting one player. You make the team better. So, for example, do I believe Casemiro, there's any of the midfielders we've been linked to who are better than Casemiro? One-on-one. Yeah, shout out to Tyson for that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna shout you for that. Regional class is a phenomenal shout. It's not about you're not gonna go get none of these players are Casemiro, Wharton, Tonali, Belieber, etc. What you do is make the team better in regards to balance. So if you go and get, let's say it's Belieber and Wharton, and then you got Maino backing that up, and then you go get a left back. Guess what that is? The team is better.
That's worries. That's what
see what Views is saying is worries, because that's a better team imbalance. So if you have Wharton with Belieber and then Maino as an option, and then you go get a left back, whether it's Juve, we've been linked to that Nathaniel Brown from Frankfurt, whatever the case may be, people. The team is about a team thing. You don't go and get better one-on-one. I want the team to be better type of thing. So it's not about replacing players individually. No, with that money that you have, whether it's transfer fee, obviously not with Casemiro, wages that is walking out the door, go and get multiple players to make the team overall function better. So that's why I don't worry about players leaving, because if you do what you're supposed to, you'll be all right.
You'll be well put, man. Well put. And that's it, man. The moment you start saying all of that, that's worries. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I don't want that, bro. I don't want that. Well, I want some of these players. I like Belieber. I like Pig Feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Yeah, someone was mentioning Burr earlier. Burr needs to sort himself out. He's Burt to me. He's just Burr at the moment, because some things were good, but some things weren't. Someone woke up and said Madueke, and you co-signed that. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's blood on the leaves, bro. There's blood on the leaves. Sham, big up Flawless, big up yourself, big up Views.
Sham every time, man.
Each and every time. Make sure you are subscribing to my guest, man. It's been an amazing show so far. Go and show him all the love in the world. We have less net spend per trophy than United. I don't even know what part of that conversation I've just popped into there. Just see if I've missed anything, and then we'll move on. I suppose it's only 2-1 to United. Not sure what that was about. We're even
they're having conversations with themselves in the
conversations chat. Big up to JJ's back so quick. Views didn't even realize. You know what I'm like, uncle in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Don't always get there. My apologies, man. Make sure you're all subscribed and pressing that like. The league needs Man United versus Arsenal rivalry. City and Chelsea bought the fame. Man U and Arsenal and Liverpool built it. Yeah, that's true. That's what we are from. You know, football was a different time back then as well. But yeah, man, the reason I was talking about the Champions League is because you was mentioning fans being reactionary. Like, if you get back into the champs next season, but I don't know, round of 16 or something, maybe not the quarterfinals, but you don't go as far as you want. Yeah, people are going to be reactionary about it, but they shouldn't, because the first step was the business. The first step was to get that money so that we can go and invest again in the team and make it mad, like you said. So I want people to kind of don't be reactionary. Really.
Yeah, and it's all about who we go out to as well, because Champions League, as we're seeing, is very, very draw dependent. Like every cup competition, like the FA Cup, like the League Cup, the Champions League is exactly like that. What is your draw? Like, we've seen it, Arsenal are on the favorable side of the draw. So all of a sudden, as soon as that draw was made, everybody should go. Everybody went. Well, not everybody. General consensus said, guess what? Arsenal semi-finals minimum. Right. Now, if Arsenal were on the other side of the draw, it's a whole different conversation. So if Manchester United go into the Champions League and we go into the round of 16 and we draw PSG and go out, I'm not going to crash out. Granted, I don't want to do the Chelsea thing and get embarrassed. Go there and compete. Like, that's what I've been saying, and that's where I was at with Carrick. I've been saying this, and this is why I was so critical of that footballing terrorist Ruben Amorim, because I said Manchester United can compete with anyone. That doesn't mean you necessarily win. That doesn't necessarily mean you even draw the game. What I'm saying is, I've watched teams in this league with less talent than us go to these places and compete. So whether that's Arsenal, whether that's Liverpool, whether that's Chelsea, etc. As much as we crash on Spurs finished fourth in the Champions League. Like, let's not clarify that. Like, let's not overlook that. So with me, it's about, again, going into the Champions League and competing. And if you draw PSG or Bayern Munich, are we favorites for that? No, of course we're not favorites to play them. But go and compete. And if we go out by 1 or 2 goals, yes, I'll be disappointed. Yes, I look at things where players didn't perform well, where the manager could have done better. But I'm much more accepting of that than if we went out to Bodo Glimt, or if we went out to Sporting, or if we went out to Club Brugge. That's when I'm going to crash out. That's when the sky is falling. Yo, how we got? No, we shouldn't go out to Club Brugge over 2 legs. I'm sorry. No, we shouldn't. Something's gone severely wrong. PSG, Bayern Munich, one of the English clubs, I hear it. That makes all the sense in the world. The Real Madrid or Barcelona, quality. But the rest, like, nah, I'm not with it. No.
Amazing, man. Amazing, man. Well put as well. Absolutely spitting some facts. What do you feel? What do you feel? What do you think of the rivals? What do you think of the YouTube football space? Rivals having to be rivals. Is it good at the moment? Is it in a bad place? What do you make of, like, I don't know, Chelsea, Arsenal? What do you make of that?
I think it's good in regards to, you're talking like content creators, like going back and forth and things.
Yeah, all the Jerry Springer stuff.
Yeah, I think in regards to the Jerry Springer stuff, I exclude that. But when content creators are going back and forth talking about football teams, it's fantastic. It's great. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I'll sit back and watch that. So if you have a United and an Arsenal fan and they're debating and going back and forth, as long as they don't go further than the back and forth and they don't start going personal and all this, and they talk in the football, that can work. And if they're brethren, yes, they're going to run bants and jokes. I've had debates with people I'm cool with and it gets heated. Like, shout out to Troops. Me and him have had many debates talking about United and Arsenal. We had one not on the, literally not the last back again, the back end, shout out to Troops every time. Before that, we had a 30-40 minute debate about Manchester United. From the outside looking in, it may look heated. Troops, my G, it would never go further than football. Never. Same way if I'm debating with a Lewis with Chelsea, a month with Liverpool or others, you'll never see me. I can only talk for me. You'll never see me getting a heated debate with someone who I'm not cool with, and it will never ever. You'll never hear, oh, it went further. Oh, it flawless and such don't like each other over football. That's how I was debating with brethren. I mentioned about having Arsenal and Chelsea fans around me in high school and college. What do you think we did on breaks and lunchtime? Argue about football. We did. We just argued about football, and there's 5 or 6 United fans, and then you got the Arsenal lot, then you got the Chelsea lot, and we just all debating and cursing each other out, but it never went like any further. So in regards to the space, I think it's needed because the space has evolved from the original fan cam, and it's an Arsenal fan talking about Arsenal, or United fan talking about United, or Chelsea, or so forth, and hearing views, no pun intended, on your team from a rival, and people want that. So I'm all for that in the space. One thing I love about this space is whoever you support and whatever type of content you like, you can find. Right. So whoever it is, so if you're a United fan or Arsenal fan and you like this type of content, there's that content out there for you. So if you want more jokes and bants, you can find that. If you want someone who's more energetic and upbeat, you can find that. If you want someone who's laid back and chilled, you can find that. If you want tactical breakdown and analysis, you can do that. If you just want a panel show and it's people going back and forth, there's everything here for you in the space. And I'm all for it. The more quality people in the space, the more eyeballs into that get on the space, and the more opportunities, the more money that joins the space. I'm all for it. I look at it and say, the stronger the teams in the league, the stronger the league. So the stronger the content creators in the space, the stronger it gets. If there was just 1 or 2, you wouldn't have this. So this is why even people I don't know, I'm all for the space becoming stronger. When I see people going outside of this, like shout out to Expressions, like seeing him on the side, man, inside, that is phenomenal for the space.
Amazing.
You know why? Because he's then bringing eyeballs to his platform, which then can bring eyeballs somewhere else, which then could funnel down to views, which could then funnel down to me or whoever in the space. Like, so I'm all for it. Hey, I'm all for it.
And you know what? There's certain people that I speak to, and we can have conversations about lots of things, but I say Shane does it a lot with me at BBK. Like, when I speak to these people, there's always an angle that I haven't got to quick enough yet. Do you get me? So that's a brilliant way of explaining it. Like, so big up to you for that. I didn't even think of it like that. I just thought, oh, look, it's drama. everyone likes the drama. See, because me, you know the fan reactions. Like I see you was on Saeed and the other.
Yeah, I was on with Saeed. Yeah,
I watch them all the time. That for me is my
yeah.
comfort food. So when United get beat or Spurs get beat, I'm on them straight away. Like, and we react to that. I think that's part and parcel of the game. But as you said, as long as not going too far.
Not going too far. I never think it should. And like I said, I can't tell people how to act. But I think once it crosses the football line, that's when everyone needs to chill out. But then again, some people in the space live for that. Some people love that content creator versus content creator. Some people and that like they love that type of thing, and some of the audience does. But with me, it's not really for me. And you mentioned it there about the reactions to what's going on, and that's how big the space is getting. That people can do reactions to people's reactions. Like it's same with me. Yeah, like when teams lose, if Arsenal lose, you don't think I'm all over watching all the Arsenal content, all Liverpool, all Chelsea, and it's the same. Let United lose. People locking into my channel to see what I've got to say. People are watching my match reaction and running bants and jokes. That's all about the space. That's what it's all about. Like, because eventually your team go lose, and they used to be, you know what? I log the info. All right, when you lose, watch, I got you. That's what it is, because you're gonna lose at some point, and then you gonna troll me. And then I'm gonna troll you, and then so forth, and then we go see who's where at the end of the season. Because your chat, like right now, you're an Arsenal fan, but you got multiple. I can already see it in the chat, multiple fans from other teams, and that's what the space is about, 100%. And things like this, like Under the Lens, to again further showcase other sides of people and have different conversations rather than what's going on today, what's going on in the future.
Yeah, amazing, man. No, you're absolutely right. Compost, Man United fan. We need to be consistent Champions League team again. Hard to plan for the future when you don't know what competitions you're in. Yes, that's a great point. But I feel like how Flawless has explained it, I feel like everything's going to plan. I mean, the only way it can kind of go left is if you kind of fall off in these last 7 games. Do you know what I mean? But let me ask you quickly about that. 7 games left. Are you feeling confident about the run? Because one thing I'll say before I let you come in is Arteta's not learning. We're not rotating from the start of the season. We get to the business end of the season, we're not in optimal condition. Right now, we've got a million players getting called up. Understand? So, you know, you guys, I feel like you're in a good place. Are you confident for the last 7 games?
Yeah, 100%, because that was the goal that was like a goal, but it was further down the list for me when Carrick joined. It was just about getting Manchester United back to the basics. And that's all I was asking for was the basics. That was legit it. With Carrick, it was get us competing, get us defensively solid, get the best out of the team, get the best out of the individuals. And then once he did that, it was like, all right, Champions League's on. Because I've been saying this, like, as bad as Amorim was, he left us, I think, 3-4 points off of the not even Champions League places, off of Europe. So if you get a little bit more, you're going to get back into there. Now we sat 3rd, and it's top 5 for Champions League. Finishing 3rd will be great for what we were talking about, like, bants and jokes, and for me to say, Liverpool, we finished above you. Chelsea. But outside of that, which I'm not really fussed about, it's just about getting back into the Champions League, which I believe we will. I'm confident. Do want to see some better performances as well, but it's on our home games, because that's something Carrick has done really well. I believe he's won every home game since he's joined. I think he's got 4 in a row. I think it's 5 in a row, actually. I think because we beat City, we beat Fulham, we beat Spurs, we beat Villa. And there's one more. I know the chat will be telling me, but I think we've won we struggled on the road in regards to performances and results. So if we win our final 4 home games, I'm like, I look at it and I go, that'll get us to 66 points and we'll be all right, type of thing.
Do you know what I'm kind of seeing from Carrick? Not only because obviously he's been under Fergie, he knows the winning mentality, but he reminds me a bit of Keith Andrews, like a good manager. Not doing nothing too, but the players want to fight for you. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I do, and I don't like saying good things about United, but you know that's what we do over here, bro. You know, everyone hates me, but the one thing I do, and I say this all the time, the one thing we do over here is say what we see. That's one thing we do, and United, they're on a renaissance right now.
I remember that.
I mean, big up to Carrick, man. Brian, got a question to Flawless. What happened to Jamaica? I didn't see the game. It didn't even show it on my website. They were were they unlucky? Or was it?
It was on the FIFA Plus website. It was on the FIFA Plus website for free. Yeah. I'm surprised if you would have just put that out on like Twitter or something, someone would have told you in that. But it was on there. But I didn't watch the full game. I watched some of it. Jamaica, we just lack quality, man. That's what it is. That's where Jamaica messed up, man. We just lack quality, and we had an easy group, and we messed up. We shouldn't have been playing. Shout out to Shane every single time. Big up everyone in the chat. Run up the likes. You lot, make sure you subscribe into Views on Sport as
Come
well.
on. And to Flawless. Come on.
It's we had Curacao and Trinidad and Tobago in a group, and we couldn't finish above Curacao, man. We drew twice against Curacao. Win one of those games, we through. Yeah. Beat Trinidad and Tobago, we through. That's where we messed up. We was never beating DR Congo. Let's just be honest. They were a better side than us. That's what it is. We messed up by not getting through in that group. You had Curacao and Trinidad and Tobago, and the JFF need to figure it out. The Footballing Federation got to figure out what they're doing and get it together and start getting players who are of Jamaican descent, who play in the Premier League, who are not playing for England or not playing for a major European nation. Like, we need to pattern up because we should be at this World Cup. It's expanded 48 and we didn't get there. Should have got there.
Bro, I'm like a 4-season pizza. So my mum's Antiguan Jamaican and my dad's Italian Irish, innit? Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Obviously,
okay.
Yeah. So I can't, but as I was growing up, my dad obviously Arsenal, Ireland. That's who he followed. That's who I followed. Didn't make it to the fucking World Cup. Wales never made it. Jamaica never made it. I've also got Italian in me. Them motherfuckers never
make it.
Like, what's going on?
It's mad.
It's mad. It's mad. Big up to JJ. Bournemouth is a bogey team for Arsenal. That's not going to be an easy game. Like, I still feel. Let me just ask you quickly before I ask you about yourself. Our chances, because you said, it looks like for me it's 50-50, bro. Honestly, like, because it's not the way that we've been playing. I haven't been believing in the football all year. It's just the results that's kept everyone quiet. Do you know what I mean? So now that we're having to rely on performances, I'm not too confident. As a United fan, what do you think is going to happen, bro?
Yeah, I think it's all on the game at the Etihad. I think that's where the league is literally won or lost. I think if City win, I think they go on and win the league. I think if Arsenal win or it's a draw, I think you lot are going to win the league. Because every time I've gone, because people are like, oh, why do you hate on Arsenal? One, I'm a United fan, especially from the 90s. Of course, I don't like Arsenal, but equally, I don't like City either. So if people are like, oh, do you have a preference with winning the league? No, they're both ups. So I every time I go to draw a line in the sand and go, Arsenal are gonna go and win the league, they do it. Like, you lot had a 4-game stretch and it was Wolves, Everton, Chelsea, Brighton. And before the Wolves game, I looked at the fixture list. And it was the first time I've done this. And I said, I think if Arsenal win these next 4 games, I think they win the league. And then you lot go and drop points to Wolves. I go, this is just typical of why people are like, oh, why don't you? But for things like that, I've legit said, win these 4. I think Arsenal win the league. I think you would have accumulated too many points. And I look at the rest of your fixtures and I don't see you dropping enough points. Go and drop points to Wolves. And I'm like, this is what it is. So with me, it's more so I look at it and I go, Etihad game. I think it's won or lost there. That's what I think it is. Big up everyone in the chat. I see you.
Yeah, Gianni, man, another content creator. Big up to you, man. Legend, man. Had him on Flawless. Under the Lens as well. Big up to you, my Gianni, man. Yeah, man. All of you legends in the chat. No, man. Well said, man. And like I said, because when push comes to shove, this guy's not brave. Like we went to a Carabao Cup final and tried to draw it. Just what I'm saying. So the way that we play football might get us over the line in the league, but it's not going to win us any cup. That relies on 2-leg games, one-off performances, and when we need it, it's just not there. But that's us. Before we get out of here, this has been amazing. Time is absolutely flying as well. Tell me a bit about yourself, man, about your channel, what people can find over there if they come and subscribe, the type of shows that you do. Give us a little bit of this, bro.
In regards to it, I mean, even though I'm a United fan, of course you'll get United content, but it's not just Manchester United. It's not just me talking. You get United fans, you get Arsenal fans over here, City fans over here, Chelsea fans also, Tottenham fans, and it's more so, like I said, it's a mix of having those conversations. So certain shows I do, it'll be United and be United Arsenal, United City, for example. Then I'll have the sports Q&As, which is like, that's a Royal Rumble where you see, once like you're on my channel on a permanent show, I give it like, you have access to other shows. So with the sports Q&As I do for wrestling fans, it's like the Royal Rumble. You don't know whose music's going to hit and who's going to come running down the ramp. So the certain Q&As I do, there's me and there might be 2 others. You join and there's me and the 6 of us. There's 8 of us, 10 of us. It's a full show and we're talking about something that's not even to do with the title. So it's all about having, serious conversation, but also not always serious joke. That's why it's Sarcasm City, because it's more light-hearted. It's jokes. It's banter. Like we're having that, like you are, even if your team's lost and you're devastated, you're going to feel better having after the show because we were
Right.
gonna run bants and jokes and had a laugh. That's what it was. Because that's my character. So it's like I didn't want to be all, yes, there's times for serious conversation, but it's not all serious. It's not all tactical breakdown. It's not all intense. No, you're gonna laugh over here. You're gonna
Yes.
run jokes, you're gonna run bants. That's why it says in the bio, if you are easily, the hosts do not hold back with their jokes. It's unfiltered conversation. So if you are easily offended, it's not for you, because we are gonna run bants and we are gonna run jokes, myself
Yes.
included, and everybody. And the thing is, everybody gets it in regards to it. There's no team that is above getting jokes ran on, and there's no content, there's no panelists, myself included. I get crashed on. My
Yes.
panelists crash on me all the time, and people in my chat, if there's any regulars from here or mine, will crash on me regularly. Like nobody is above, like, too big to get crashed on and run bants and run jokes. And that's where it is. Like, that's where I'm at. And like I said, we don't just cover Manchester United. It is Premier League, of course, cover Champions League, NBA over here as well. You get NBA, you get UFC watch-alongs from time to time, boxing as well. We're over there. NBA, we're heavy on, of course, with the playoffs coming up as well and stuff like that. So yeah, like that's what you get over at Sarcasm City TV. It's basically a channel for multiple sports, mainly football and NBA, but you get other sports over here as well, people.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
I need to link you up with BBK because BBK, he does an NBA show as
Does he
well.
do the NBA stuff?
Yeah.
I need to, because I've been, obviously with the playoffs coming up, I need to get back into watching a few regular season games before the playoff starts. But yeah, if you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV, there's going to be something there for you that you like, whether it's a singular show or whether it's multiple shows. Like I do like you mentioned, your descent. I'm Bayesian and Jamaican, so Barbados and Jamaica is where is my ethnicity. So I do a Bayesian show. Shout out to Bayesian Reds TV.
And you do a Jamaican
fan. And then I do the Yardman show as well. So yeah, like those two shows in particular. If you're of Caribbean descent, you already know what them two shows is like. You know what a Yardman show is gonna be like. That's like being in a barbershop. You already know what it's going. You're of Jamaican descent, so you already know what time it is. And then with the Bayesian show, equally as hilarious. It's just more laid back and just more chilled out, but still, when they start cursing, because they older heads as well and Liverpool fans, so shout out Bayesian Reds TV every single time. But like I said, Sarcasm City TV, sporting, like if you're a sporting fan, then if you're a sports fan, you're gonna find something. And someone asking about NFL, I don't follow NFL, but we did do an NFL show, but we had to stop because my American dons weren't about. But it's definitely, I always pay attention to the chat. If the chat's saying, oh, what about X? What about this sport? I'll always try and make it happen, but I won't do a sport that I don't cover. That's what it is.
Right. No, amazing, man. So you heard it there first, man. You heard it there first. Big up Josh. Class act from the Japanese fans. Yeah, Hendo was saying they were tidying up after themselves. I mean, yeah, come on, man. That's mad. That is mad. Big up to BFC, United fan views. We get our recruitment right. United could be in a title race. You can. You absolutely can. That's
a lot.
You
do. I hear what you're saying. You have to get the recruitment right. You also have to get the manager right, and it's also dependent on what other teams do. Their variables. What the Arsenal do, what the Manchester City do, what the Liverpool do. Because as we've seen with Manchester United, all it takes is appointing the right manager, and all of a sudden expectations are different. Because PFC, me and you would never have said that under Amorim. But now we look at it and we go, all right. You actually have a platform and something to build upon. So if we add more quality, let's see what we can do, type of thing. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, man. And you was mentioning about how the team could be put together. Wharton here, like it's worries. Man's talking about a fear factor. It definitely could. So it's in a nice direction at the moment. Not just this season, but United finishing in the UCL spot next season would be massive for them. Yeah, I think the last time they played 2 seasons in a row in the UCL is with Oli, and before. Alex,
yeah, he's right with that. But I can't even remember the last time, and that's terrible with our recruitment that we haven't done that. Like we definitely need to be getting back to being regulars in the Champions League. Yes, I'm fully with him on that.
Big facts, man. You got anything coming up before we let you go, my guy?
Yeah, so what it is, first and foremost, blessings for having me. Big up. I appreciate you every single time. And that if there's any further questions, you lot feel free to get in the chat as well. in regards to coming up, so what I've done during this international break, like I mentioned, I have all the separate shows, like the United City show, United Arsenal, the Yardman show, the Beijing show. I've been doing crossovers this week. So I did the City one with the Arsenal lot. So kind of like any Marvel heads will know what I'm talking about, where they do crossovers. It's kind of like that. So tonight I've got the Mandem United pod, which is the Manchester United show, with the Beijing show, which is the Liverpool lot. So that's the crossover this tonight. So that'd be midnight UK time. And yeah, I do daytime shows. Yes, shout out to RS. I do daytime shows, but a lot of the shows is late at night as well. So if you are in a different time zone, they work for you as well. If you're in an American time zone or somewhere else, there's something for you. And we live every day, so there's gonna be something for you on the main channel, Sarcasm City TV, and Sarcasm City TV Extra as well.
It's pinned, and his name's in the description and the title. Don't be pagans. Big up to RS12. Big up to Blacks. Listen, I got another show at 5 o'clock with Shane Goon, a clean through 1-on-1. So as much as I've enjoyed this, I'm gonna let you go, my guy. It's been amazing, man. Thank you for coming over. Really appreciate that, man. Really
Blessings,
appreciate
man. Big up for having me. I enjoyed this. It was good. And shows like this is good because, like I said, it takes us out from the moment and talking about our team as of now. So, and I've seen part of the one you did with Northside as well. And shout out to Northside each and every time. Blessings for having me. Views. You make sure you run up the likes here and hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you do so.
Amazing. So what we're gonna do? I'm just gonna look for who we can send you off to quickly, and then we're gonna get out of here. Thank you to everyone that's passed through today, that come and show some support. Please make sure you subscribe to the guest. Like I said, I always want to let people leave with more than they came in with. Let's see who's live. BBK, I was just talking about BBK. Get over to him, hit him with a views raid, even at Under the Lens, Views and Flawless. And we'll see you again soon, people, man. We got to end it here. Peace. Big up, man.